One really common way to find companies with intent is to target them by their open job titles. So if you're a company and you're trying to see, who is in need of new graphic design software, or you want to see who might be in need of a new Salesforce implementation, going to people's job boards and seeing what they're hiring for is a really great way to have an understanding about what kind of problems a company is facing and what does the future of the company look like for the next 3 to 6 months. And so in the beginning of this video, we're going to go over a couple of ways to just get the information, and then we'll go over a very simple way to reach out and target companies that are doing this if you just need to get it done and you want it to be super easy. And then we'll go over my favorite way to target companies. And of course, it's going to include Clay.com, but a lot of the principles stay the same if you're using other tools. And so the first one we have open is just LinkedIn Jobs. And so if you look at the stats, more job postings get posted on LinkedIn than any other platform. So it's a really, really good place to get started. This is really great for like white collar jobs, though. When you switch to say like blue collar jobs, a lot of them are posting on Indeed. So it's kind of like LinkedIn.com is number one, Indeed.com is number two. As far as overall job postings, obviously LinkedIn is better for white collar, and then Indeed still has white collar jobs on it. Don't get me wrong, but then they'll have like more like plumbing and HVAC and things like that. And so if you want to grab job results from LinkedIn, the best way probably to do this is to go to your LinkedIn jobs and create your search. And I'm looking for sales development representatives in the United States. I could add in more things like posted, in the past 24 hours. Oh, there's 936. Wow, that's kind of crazy. So in the last 24 hours, there's 936 uh, of these here, and we can pull this out. We can pull this out using Chrome extensions. I wouldn't use anything that automates the pagination. So see how we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wouldn't use anything that automates that pagination. So I would use something like Clay's Chrome extension, which see how it's grabbing all of the job titles for us and everything like that. So Clay's Chrome extension would be able to do that. Don't use a Chrome extension like Instant Data Scraper. If you want to do this more automatically at scale, Phantom Buster would be able to do this for you. And so if you were to just search Phantom Buster LinkedIn jobs, so they have the scraper over here for this, and sign up for Phantom Buster and you can use it over here. So you have your LinkedIn job scraper here. You will need your LinkedIn cookie. Um, the other place that you'd be able to get jobs data, like target companies who have open jobs, is Apollo as well. You could jump down to your job postings, currently hiring for, and then sales development representative, and then we'd be able to put that in, and then we can filter on anything that we want on top of that as well. The only thing that I really don't like about Apollo's jobs data, and I don't know why they do this, is so if you look for jobs, right, which is in here something, job postings, see how they're only showing like the first 10? And I don't even really know like where sales development representative even is. So then we jump on here and we're like, okay, this is Google hiring. What other jobs does Google have? Uh, Here, let's go to Google. What other jobs do they have? Jobs. And then we'll say sales development representative, right? Oh, cool. So none of these are actually sales development representatives. So that's one problem that I have with Apollo's search is like if you use it, you have to use it as kind of like wide open targeting. You can't, and then they're not going to tell you what the open job is, so you can't use that in your outreach. And yeah, it's a little bit tough to do this stuff at scale. Jordan Crawford, one of my best friends, he has intent.blueprintgotomarket.com. This is a phenomenal platform in order to find people who have open job titles, and you could get exports from here. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about his tool. And then you could also get lists of jobs from clay.com. So once this loads up, you can hit new table, and then we can hit find jobs from LinkedIn, and we could just put in sales development representative, open that up, and then I can hit United States. What's this recruiter button? Has a recruiter? Oh, great. Okay. And then we can hit preview jobs. and now we'll get all of these jobs. So let's see how close this is to. So obviously, guys, when you scrape data, it's not going to be the same thing as live data. There was 947 sales development representative jobs posted in the last 24 hours. We can't expect the scraped databases to have the same coverage. So we'll see what that coverage is. Oh, so 3,028 roles. That's pretty dang good. So this doesn't account for like things closing and things like that. But this is pretty dang good in comparison to what we had before for our sales development roles. And so Clay is another one that you'd be able to get the information here for. And then if you are interested in scraping Indeed, Appify has a really great Indeed scraper that you can use. And yeah, it does a really, really good job. So now to kind of the second half of the video, these are a ton of the platforms that you'd be able to find the open jobs data from. Second half of the video, we're going to talk about how we would actually put these campaigns together. And so again, our first one is going to be using Apollo. And so Apollo is kind of, like I said, it's the quick and dirty way to get this done, where if you just want to find people, and so let's say you want to target people who are hiring for accountants because you have like an accounting based solution and you know they want to expand their team and you want to talk to the head of finance or the CFO, right? So we'll put that and then we'll put like chief financial officer. And then we want to know that they're hiring. Oh, not funding, my bad. We want to know that they're hiring for accounting, accountant, finance. I know my video is in the way a little bit here, so I'm going to scroll as much as I can. Sorry. So now you'd have a list of companies that are hiring for these roles, and we could clean it up, of course. We could put United States, and we could put, number of employees up to 50, that kind of stuff. And so this is like the quick and easy way to do this. The best thing that you could really say in your outreach, though, is that hey, Brian, saw your job ad where you're trying to expand you know, it expands the finance team or something like that because you don't actually have the role. That's basically the best thing that you can say. But if you're a person who's just getting started or you want an easy way to get this done, Apollo has this where you could get it done really, really, really easily. Now, if you wanted to do it in a more advanced way, what we could do is we could go back to Clay. And so we could say, okay, I want anyone who is hiring for a sales development representative in the United States. And I'm just going to limit this to 500 so we don't go crazy. So we're going to hit preview jobs. I'm going to let this load. The next time you see the screen, we're going to be on the Clay workflow. And sorry, I already set up an active job openings because I forgot I wasn't filming. And so basically now what we can do is we have the company name, we have the title that they're looking for, we have the company domain, and then we have the LinkedIn URL. And so what we need to do here is we're going to remap the company name, the job title, and the location, just because what we really want is we really want the description of who they're trying to hire and why. And what we're able to do with this is we're able to use AI on top of it. And there's a template in here, I'm pretty sure. And if there's not, I'll make one. All right, so we'll put we don't have the company description. Oh, I guess this is just based off of the job title. So I'll just make one real quick. So we could say using the input, tell me what this company is trying to solve for by hiring the role. This is the input. And I don't know if it's useful. If it's useful, I'll show you how I put this into an email. Keep the output under 15 words and use keywords from the input. Complete the output with my prefix every time. This is my prefix. Boom. I noticed you're hiring. You always want to start this quick tip. You always want, before you call out a job title, you want to manipulate the sentence so you say the. Because if you say, I saw you're hiring for a sales representative, but then you, I don't know, it sometimes doesn't flow when it's, if you're doing job titles, and for some reason it's like sales representative, and then for some reason one of them is like operations sales associate or something like that, it's not going to flow because it's going to say operation sales associate and not an operation sales associate. So you want to manipulate it so it's the. So it's like I noticed the open role for the, and actually let's not repeat the both times. An open role for the job title position figured. Uh, it looks like you want to bring them on to help, and then whatever, right? And so then that's going to be the prefix. And so we'll hit save and run. And now we'll get this line for ourselves. The way that we would improve the accuracy, I wouldn't trust this to put it straight into an email right now, candidly. See, yeah, exactly. So see how sometimes it says I noticed, and then sometimes it just does the output. What we would do is we would, or well, we can do it right now. It's like we can just take this, and now we can just train the data. And so we would just say, like, we would copy and paste all of this, and then I would replace description with what we have. Oh, I forget which one we copied. Hang on. So we're going to take this one, right? Great. And then we'll take this one after. So now the way that we can train this is we can take this, and then we'll take out the description, and then I'll put in the description from the first one, which is what we got the output from, right? And then we'll take this, and this is sales development representative. Cool. And so this is all the examples, and then we'll just copy and paste this. I noticed you're hiring to help. And then we'll take this from our accelerate the recruitment process for candidates seeking high paying careers in tech sales. Excellent. So now we'll run this. So now every single time we do this output, it's always going to say, I noticed an open role for the blah, 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 because we trained it on that data. And so then that's how we like fix it to make sure that we're ready to send this to anyone. Right. And so now, again, the whole reason why we're using Clay is like so that we'd be able to call out the person we'd be able to call out the job title, and then we'd be able to say something interesting about the job description. You can prompt this to say whatever you want about the job description, like what does this person have to be capable of? If there's 3 things that would make this person successful, what would it be? And then you could put it into the prompt. And so then you'd be able to keep finishing this flow where then what we could do is we can find contacts at the company using the Find Contacts integration, find their email addresses, hook it up to a email sequencing tool, and we would be all set to run this. And so this is how you could look at doing a like targeting companies who have open jobs. You could do it the easy way in Apollo, and you're going to lose some control and you won't be able to personalize the message. Or you could use Clay to do it, and then you could personalize the message a ton. Either way, whichever one gets you a better result is what we're after. And I hope you enjoyed the video and this explanation.